No, it's time to browse
No,
TikTok, baby.
I just pushed.
TikTok.
No, continue. Go ahead. Browse your TikTok all you want.
Oh no, I can see that we're live. Why would I do that? Don't tell me to do TikToks.
It's cool. My wife just texted me, good night, kids. Like, whoops. It's gonna have to wait now. No, it's gonna. I pushed the live record button.
Too late.
No, this isn't time to you sneak off and do TikToks. We're waiting on you for an hour.
Hey, go ahead. You get a little smooches. I'll look at my TikToks.
No.
My tactics.
No, but we had. Well, first off, welcome to the DukNilla cast, NFL edition. What? First off, we got a lot of exciting news.
Knuckleheads.
I love. By the way, that is like how I love starting every cast. By the way, just pushing it and seeing what's going on. That way,
like the blooper that it's live. You know,
that it's the beginning of the show. You get it at the beginning instead of the end. You don't gotta wait.
Right? Yeah. You get your goods right away.
But I want to go right into the news. Right in. Boop, 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 boop.
What news?
Boop, 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 boop. Tyreek Hill traded to the Miami Dolphins for this year, first round, second round, fourth round, sixth round, and then I believe a 4 and 6 next year. I could be wrong on the picks, but either way, it's a late first round this year. Tyreek Hill to the Dolphins. Duck, are you ready for this? I already texted you my hot take that I will stand by right now.
Go ahead.
The Chiefs will not go 500.
You're right. They will be over 500.
They won't even make it to 500. By the end of the season, they will be
telling me
a losing record.
The Chiefs were all reliant on Tyreek Hill and him only.
Just about.
Did you not see who they signed?
What? Please tell me who.
Juju.
Yeah, again, who?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they signed Juju so him and Jackson Mahomes could do TikToks all season. That's it.
Hey, I was doing some TikToks, and I'm doing pretty good.
That's all they signed him for. That's it.
He did sign a 4-year, $120 million with $72 million guaranteed.
Oh, massive contract. Huge.
Highest in history.
It's huge. Absolutely huge.
For a wide receiver.
No, don't get me wrong. Miami just skyrocketed on my board of power rankings and teams to go with.
Whoa. Slow your roll on that.
Boom.
Is Tyreek Hill throwing the ball into himself? Did we forget about the quarterback situation?
I agree.
Miami?
Tua is rough, but it's Tyreek Hill. You watch film of Tyreek. And this is why I was so against the Chiefs early. Besides my self-embodied hatred for the Chiefs, it's because teams were taking Hill out. They were putting a guy up front, a guy in the middle, a guy deep. They were taking him out. And the Chiefs didn't know what to do. They couldn't play football anymore. And now he's not even on the team.
But what is? I'm not worried about the Chiefs. They're still going to be one of the top teams.
I said this.
So
I say this every year.
This doesn't hurt them at all.
Once your QB gets paid, you can't pay everybody. And Hill was a casualty of that. Just as another team, the Green Bay Packers had to let Adams go.
They didn't have to.
No, he wanted out.
He found a better contract. That was a money thing.
When your QB gets paid.
Same thing with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, but
Tyreek Hill is a money
but they
thing.
weren't paying him. They did offer him $30 million a year, and he didn't want it. I agree. But to me, this team is done. They are going down, baby. Tyrann Mathieu out. Defensive players are out. Who's got Juju? You're telling me Juju is going to be the guy? No.
He's a
way.
Replacement for him, for sure.
Suitable for Tyreek? You're telling me Juju's going to replace Tyreek? You are out of your mind.
Yep. It's done. It's done.
If the Chiefs were a fortnight, he would
receiver $230 million like a quarterback just got, If you don't have a quarterback that can throw the ball to him,
they
it does
believe in
absolutely
Tua.
nothing.
They are. I will say this: the Dolphins are all in on Tua. If Tua can't do it this year, he is gone.
Okay, so right there's your big if. So he's got 1 year to prove himself. He's got a wide receiver with a 4-year contract that is lights out the fastest in the NFL, and you got a quarterback that might not be able to throw to him. So what does that contract do?
If Tua don't work, they get to bring in a QB. And
Miami
is going to be a huge destination. No state tax. You have a pretty good defense, but let's talk about you have Mike Gesicki on offense. You have Waddle on at wide receiver. You have Hill at receiver. They have a decent running back. This team is
tax. Listen, if the tax
and
was such a big thing,
they just brought in the tackle.
If the taxes, the
went there
tax
5
was
years.
such a big deal, this team would be good for a long time. They haven't been. They've been subpar for many years.
This is the year they're turning it around, baby. I am wearing the Miami orange, green, and white. By the way, Duck, don't know if you know this. Real quick.
Why don't you add it to your Lions and Rams colors? You know.
Hold up.
What is this?
Hold the phone. We got.
What kind of fan are you becoming?
You don't know this. This is a
my
gosh. Here. Oh God, I can't find it. Where's it at?
Not even ready. Unbelievable.
Oh no. No, you wait. Wait till I find this thing.
I'm waiting.
Oh God.
How long do I gotta wait?
Probably a while.
Let me see what time it is.
You might want to start the show on a different note.
Get some Mel Gibson in here instead. You know, a little Braveheart, make it worth it.
Where'd he go?
Jeez.
Where'd he go? Damn, Marino!
Oh my God.
Well, long before I was a Lions fan.
You looking for Jim Carrey or something or what? I mean, come on.
No, I have a Dan Marino shrine plaque, okay? Because long before I was a Detroit Lions fan, I was a Miami Dolphins fan.
Oh,
But apparently Dan Marino, he ran away on me.
Yeah, he's smart because he's done too. He knows there's no chance.
I'm actually upset. This was right here. I definitely didn't plan this skit beforehand. Well, shoot. I'm telling you, I am all in on the Dolphins this year.
Oh my gosh!
I am in.
Are you all in? Are you all in on the Colts now too?
Who's their QB?
Wait, what?
Matt Ryan?
Yeah. Like everybody else.
I'm not all in on him. I'm down with the sickness, but I'm not all in on the Colts. You know, I think they got management problems personally. I think bringing Matt Ryan in was really good. Now, Matt Ryan, to me, feels like he's going on the end of his career. Is it true? I don't know. But I think he is. We'll have to see.
I already thought he was at the end of his career.
So, I mean, that's the thing. We'll see. We'll see.
How old is he? He's your age. 36.
He is definitely closer to my age than yours.
No, hey. Oh. Whoa, them shots. You're right.
He totally is.
I thought he was 38. I thought he was a little bit older, really, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think he still has some potential. They're not going to rely on Matt Ryan. They got Taylor, right?
Real quick, while we're on, I want to talk about the specifics of these trades real quick before we get too deep into talking about other teams. So we'll talk about Matt Ryan first, then we'll go back to Tyreek because I will go on my tangent. All right, Matt Ryan was traded for a third-round pick to the Colts. I want your opinion. Who won this trade? The Colts, the Falcons also absorbed $40 million in dead money this year.
The Falcons absorbed that money too?
Yes.
And only got a third-round pick out of it?
And only got a third-round pick.
Oh, the Colts, 100% the Colts won this one then.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I didn't know that that's
It's one of the biggest cap hits in history, if not the biggest.
Oh, yeah, that's massive.
I mean, the Colts they stole Matt Ryan away. Now, many people have not been high on Matt Ryan, like myself. Is he towards the end of his career? Matty Ice,
right?
Is he? Well, he's not heating up. He's melting down.
We talked about that throughout the year when he was playing. I thought he still had some umph, and I wasn't really sold on him. I haven't been in a while. But if you look at the tape and you look at what he's going through and his offensive line was never great for him. He was always running for his life, I felt like. Every time I watched him, it felt like he never was getting the blocking that he needed to really make those plays down deep. I think he's a good quarterback. I'm surprised they just didn't build around him more. And not in the wide receiver core, because they had plenty of opportunity there. A lot of wide receivers just failed on that team. As we all know, and I think that has a little bit. I think it's gonna refire, put some more fire in his britches, something, and see him do a little bit better. I think it's gonna be good for him. But I'm still not sold on this team overall yet. So we'll see.
I mean, yeah, when we talk about losing Julio Jones, that doesn't help, right?
Right.
And then having Calvin Ridley go out. Now you have Matt Ryan leaving the team. The Falcons they tried to say they're not in rebuild mode. This team is in full rebuild mode. Full rebuild. It is over. As far as the Colts, they're in grasping, they were playoff bound.
Right here, the headline says about that. The Atlanta Falcons reject rebuild talk. Transition year after Matt Ryan.
Transition year. That's a rebuild year. Yeah,
Transition is the same thing as rebuild. Get out of here with this talk. My goodness, these teams.
Yeah, the Falcons. Not they'll be picking top 10, top 5 next year, for sure. As Colts, I think are going to be decent. I think they will be decent. I do think Matt Ryan is mentally a better quarterback than Carson Wentz. Talent-wise, I disagree with. At this stage in his career, I don't believe in Matt Ryan anymore. I will take Carson Wentz all day. Matter of fact, I am very high on the Washington Commanders. But before we get into that, let's talk about the Tyreek Hill trade, okay? Who won this in your eyes here? If we could pull up the full trade here. Kansas City exchanged for the 2022 a first, a second, a fourth.
5 draft picks out of this.
Yeah, so they gave up a first, a second, and a fourth this year, and a fourth and a sixth next year.
Yeah, I mean essentially the first rounder is a 29th overall.
So it's almost a second.
It's almost a second round, right? Two second round picks essentially.
I feel like the Dolphins ran away with this, right?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. If this pick was more like mid tier first round, I would give it to, because then they could replace him with a wide receiver, right? Because some of these wide receivers are going to go off the board pretty quick in the middle round. There is one projected to be the end of the first round, Chris Olave, but I think he'll go before that. He was one of the fastest, in the combine. Really good wide receiver from Ohio State. Played 5 years, I believe. 4 or 5 years at least. So mature. So there's potential for them to get a good replacement of Tyreek Hill out of this. But
by the way, they got Cedric Wilson as well from the Cowboys. This team is looking even better than I'm.
Who did?
Miami? Miami. They also got Raheem Mostert.
They got Cedric Wilson.
Chase Edmonds.
Okay.
Mike Gesicki. They landed the left tackle Tyron Armstead.
No, that's a good one.
Even Teddy Bridgewater signed a 1-year deal, which I'm not huge on him, but that's a decent backup.
That's for sure, right?
I mean, this team looks ready. We saw the AFC loading up, especially the Chiefs division. We saw everybody loading up, but the Chiefs didn't get the memo. The Chiefs are unloading.
Yeah, I don't, and to go back to when you said, who's the quarterback that signed with them again? Teddy Bridgewater. Yeah, I could still see him competing for that starting job. I wouldn't put that behind, especially with Tua there. There's potential that could happen. Um, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens throughout the year and see what happens with that, I guess.
And we talked about the Chiefs losing a ton of talent at free agency, right? We talked about like every tackle, every one of their linemen. They franchise tagged Orlando Brown.
Mm-hmm.
They signed Frank Clark. They lost Tyrann Mathieu, but they brought in Justin Reed, who's a decent guy. He's not gonna be Tyrann Mathieu at all. You brought in a Juju on a 1-year prove-it deal.
Mm-hmm.
You got Corey Coleman, who I've never been sold on.
Right. Ever since, isn't that who the Browns drafted?
Yes.
Yeah, he's not been that great.
So I mean, I'm telling you, this is my Seattle Seahawks of the 2022 season. This is it. They are below, especially when it comes to how powerful this division is. Do not sleep on the Raiders. Derek Carr, Devontae Adams, they shared a room together in college. They play together. They are gonna have a built-in connection already.
Right.
I'm not fully sold on the Raiders, but you also got Chandler Jones. They signed Max Crosby to a 4-year deal. I mean, they brought in the corner Rock Ah-Sin, who was acquired in a trade from the Colts. I'm liking this team more and more. Mind you, they were still. How many games did they beat the Chiefs last year? At least one. I like this team, and when we haven't even got into the other teams. The Chargers in this division. They got Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa now.
Mm-hmm.
The Broncos with Russell Wilson. One of these teams has to be last place. And I'll take the team to be last place that just traded away one of the best, if not the best receiver in the NFL. At least the fastest. Hands down.
Which makes him dynamic, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get the ball in his hands. That's all you really need to do. He's going to get those yards after carry.
To me, that he was the Chiefs, in my opinion.
I don't know if I go that far. I mean, they didn't sign Tyrann Mathieu, but they had Justin Reed, filling in with that. Juju is a nice upgrade for them. Losing Tyreek, it's upgrade for the team until they lost Tyreek Hill
for their TikTok account, maybe.
Harder. Hey, don't be knocking the TikToks.
I trust me. Me and you go back and forth on TikTok and share stuff, but I'm not. It's a distraction, right? It's a clear distraction. Like if Juju really is on TikTok all the time, we talked about this with to the Mahomes when it comes to Jackson Mahomes. How much of a distraction was it? I felt it was a heavy distraction. If Juju really is making TikToks with Jackson Mahomes, this is going to be a major distraction. Let's say they go off to a slow start and they end up 0-3, right? Do you think the team, the ownership is going to put up with that?
Oh no.
And do you think from Juju on a brand standpoint will want to hear that?
Mm-mm.
That's why I think this team, there are so many red flag, and so many points that I am willing to stake this team will not even be a 500 team next year. I am sticking by it. We'll see when the beginning of the season comes. Preseason hits, after preseason, because, there are injuries. This happens. Mm-hmm. There are last-minute trades before the season. We have people get hurt. We have people step up. We have the draft still to go. Who knows? Maybe they go and draft a stud, and he looks amazing. That could change the situation. But as of right now, They are not a 500 team to me.
That's a pretty hard take. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that yet. We'll see. I'm not gonna wager that right now. This team's proved itself throughout the year. They made some different transitions. There's some people not gonna be on that team right now. Defense is probably gonna be a little bit more lackluster than it was. But we'll see.
Now there's one more big time trade we need to get into, and I promised you I was going to ream your butthole for this trade. Get your drink ready. I will let you talk about it. I'll go get my water because I'm going to go off.
Why? No, you want you to go off first so that I know what I'm talking about.
Good. I will. All right, fine. We're talking about the Cleveland Browns. Have acquired Deshaun Watson. Now, please, Duck, tell me what we have traded to get Deshaun Watson, who I will say is a very talented player.
Just a couple picks.
Please tell me while I get water.
Just a couple picks. Nothing too important. They traded 3 first-round picks. This is off my memory because I can't find it out for some reason. 3 first rounds, a 5th, a 4th.
All right, good. I have it up.
A 5th and a 6th, right?
They traded 3 first rounds from 2022 to 2024, a 3rd and 23, 2 fourths from 22 to 24. And he got a fully guaranteed $230 million.
Yeah, a 5th round that they got in return. They got a pick.
Now
they got their 5th round back.
I think they done Baker dirty here. They just did Baker dirty.
Okay.
And I think this is a cultural problem. I love the TikTok I sent you, by the way, with the Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, it's a little much, I think.
But here's the thing. I want to talk about why this was ultimately, in the long run, it's hard to say it's a good thing for the Browns for me. Because the Brown, I mean, this is a dynamic player. He's gonna put tickets. He's selling tickets. He's putting butts in seats for sure. Way more than Baker did. He's a star-studded player. He's flashy. People love him. They love the idea of him being the savior of Cleveland, the LeBron James of Cleveland. But let's not get it twisted. Let's say, I'm not even going to say the suspension right away. You know what? We'll go to suspension first. Ben Roethlisberger got 6 games for 2 allegations.
But no,
Desean has 22.
What type of allegation? No, you need to specify the type of allegation before you say allegations because it's different in both cases. Sure, it's 22.
Yeah, we can, but I'm saying 22. Okay. I don't care what kind of cases they are. Sure. 22 different ones is an astronomical difference in cases. Now, Ben had his reduced to 4, and I think Watson will get suspended, in my opinion. I think he's going to get suspended for the year, personally. Which, if that's what he gets, the Browns are keeping Baker, and he's getting played dirty. They're not going to let him go. He's going to refuse to play.
You can't. The only thing they can do for Baker is to release him. Nobody wants him.
Nobody wants to trade. Why would you trade for an asset that doesn't want to be there when no team trades? This is the same for every player that's got dropped recently. Big names. And why you don't trade for a player that you know is getting dropped. Now, let's say he doesn't get suspended, right? Let's say Watson is not Watson of old. Let's say he's lost quite a few steps. You're done. Your franchise is done to the Stone Age with that kind of contract. You realize that. This is the risk they paid for. I don't care who he is. The more I have thought about this contract, what if he gets hurt?
Right? Anybody
and he's
can
out,
get hurt
right?
in any
That's
kind of
way too much money to pay.
this isn't going to be this.
He's getting money.
Listen, next year or the year after, this contract's going to be broken. It's going to continue to go up every single time. All these quarterbacks are seeing this right now. Even Jackson from Baltimore is like, "Ooh, this is looking good." He's got no issues off the field. He's a decent quarterback. He's got a lot of speed, injury prone. That's his issue. He's going to get a max contract that's even going to make this look like pennies. Guarantee it. So we're talking about right now what's going to be happening.
He is not getting 230 million.
100% he's going to get
guaranteed.
More than that.
No way.
Probably 250 million guaranteed.
This broke the guaranteed money by 60 million. Listen, let's talk about Dak Prescott for a minute. The Cowboys completely regret the contract they have given Dak Prescott. They had to let players go they didn't want to let go.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying this is a good thing. Do I agree with what happened? No, I wouldn't have paid him that much. I would have probably never took him. This is a terrible
trade, and it's why I think the Browns. You know, I've grown to become, as a Detroit's fan, we are close together with Browns fans. We understand each other's pain. To me, I feel this pain because I have the Jared Goff pain, where we have to pay him way too much money and we can't get rid of him. I could not imagine being stuck in that contract for 5 years. That you're wasting every talented player you have drafted. I pray for Browns fans that he is everything they are hoping for. Because if he is not, I'll welcome you in as a Lions fan for the meantime.
Oh, hold on. Why would I want to go to the Lions fan and deal with misery even more? I'm not.
Because we are on the climb up, baby. We are on the climb up. On a side note, I think this team has made some good moves. Like, other than this, bringing in Amari Cooper, I liked it. And a lesser guy, Jakeem Grant. I'm really high on Jakeem Grant. He's a very fast player. Chase Winovich, Michigan guy, pretty nice guy there.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I think this team's got, you got a lot of pieces. I'm really good, but I just do not. I think this is a front office fail. You not only burnt your bridge on the guy you drafted number 1 overall. Mind you, if we really want to talk, let's go ahead and break down, because I know you know this, Duck, how many QBs have the Browns had? And let's be honest, it's not all the QB's fault. It's organization's fault. How many GMs have they gone through? And I know this is a Lions fan.
Listen, how many people, how many teams, how many things have we heard so far about wide receivers like Odell and Landry, where I mistakenly thought this was an Odell problem last year. Evidently, it's not. And here's the reason why. Both of them are discussing about coming back to the Browns because Baker's will possibly no longer be there. Baker's not wanted anywhere else. He had the goal to say he wanted to be traded to the Colts. Where does he have the right mind that he thinks he has an opportunity to be asking where he wants to go?
Oh, don't worry. He will end up with the Texans.
No,
my prediction, he will be with the Texans. Or he will. Oh, baby, please come to Detroit.
More likely, they're going to get released. Detroit.
He's not getting traded. I'm telling you now, he is not getting traded.
You can't even get a 7th round pick for him right now. It's not happening.
No one. I wouldn't. I would not trade for him because I know
this is what I
Cleveland
would do.
is going to eventually drop him.
Well, no, I wouldn't drop him. Why?
Why would you keep? It's a toxic ass.
All year.
All right. See, now that is why the Browns. Imagine you're a free agent and you see how they. This is why the Lions. Who the hell wants to go to Detroit when you destroy careers?
We don't know all the details of everything that's going on, but more stuff is coming out about Baker's It's more on Baker than anything out of this whole situation.
All right. Now, hold up. Hold time. I need to pump your fan brakes right now. Pump your fan brakes. We see front offices do this all the time when it comes to a player they want to get rid of. Kyler Murray is a prime example. You're telling me information gets leaked from the locker room that, he liked to do stuff in between halftime. He likes this stuff gets leaked because front offices want to move on from a guy and look like it's not their fault.
It goes both ways.
Sure, but this is
both ways.
Everything that's coming out now. It's coming out now.
How do we know?
Because they want to move on from the guy, but they're also not going to give everything out because you want to trade the guy. You can't bury him in dirt. Well, now he is buried in dirt. He's asked to be released. No team's going to trade for a guy that's asked for a trade or a release. You've just dismantled him.
So we would release a guy that's going to be guaranteed $18 million. I wouldn't release him. I would keep him on the roster the entire year.
And as I understand that if you're losing $18 million, I understand that. But
he's staying, and he's gonna play. And if he sits out, that's on him. So maybe that's in the contract. If he does that, then he doesn't get paid.
No,
I don't know.
Here's an even better scenario. Let's say he stays with the Browns, and Deshaun Watson suspended 10 games.
Right.
And let's say Baker goes 8-2 and looks studly. You starting Deshaun Watson?
Yeah. You have to.
With that kind of money, right? You feel like you have to.
Then this gives it a more opportunity to trade him mid-season to a team that's struggling, that still has a potential. Maybe you got a hurt quarterback, and you could take him in. That's the only reason why you keep him on the team. There's 100% he won't play. If he's still on the Browns, he will not play a single game.
No, he won't.
Because he's going to refuse to, because he's got too big of a head, a big noggin, kind of like a Cudlow noggin right here, that just you will refuse because he's got too big of an ego.
I know you talk about scripted games all the time. I would debate purposely throwing games at his point.
Well, if that happened, then there would be some legal actions. So that would never happen.
I would talk. You can't give if he's not gambling on it, but if he's like purposely throwing picks, there's no legal repercussions you could give to him. The team's not going to start him after that point, but he wouldn't do that. You destroy his career.
No, that would be stupid on his end. The best case scenario, in my opinion, for Baker is to stay on the team. If Watson gets suspended for 6 to 10 games, whatever it is, play your heart out, come back from that surgery, show that you are capable of throwing the ball and having a good percentage and playing well, and you win 6-7 games out of that, you'll get a max contract on a team that you want to be on. It'll happen. But if you keep acting like a little baby, like you are right now, and understanding that this is it's a league, it's not meant anybody can get traded. We've seen Tom Brady not be on his team at the end. We've seen other options of changes of quarterbacks. Wilson.
We've also seen Aaron Rodgers get upset when Jordan Love is drafted and then go win the MVP. We've seen Ben Roethlisberger when they drafted Mason Rudolph go and complain about how does this help us win now, and the Steelers continue to suck. And where's Mason Rudolph now?
On a team that's gonna suck, I hope. Please.
Moving on.
Mason Rudolph's not gonna be even starting. Guarantee it.
He's not. But this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes teams badmouth quarterbacks too early in their career, or they try to move on too early. I think that with Aaron Rodgers as well.
My take on this Browns signing is it's a great signing football wise. Okay. In no way, shape, or form am I in any agreement with any of these allegations, these sexual allegations that are going on. I have 2 daughters of my own. I totally understand the things that are going on. We don't know fully of what's all happened, is my point, okay?
Yeah.
We don't know if this is in a cahoots We don't know if these were actual things that happened. Maybe he was asking for a little extra massage. We don't know. We don't know the details of what's happened on all this.
I would be.
So
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't know all the details. I should say I didn't read any of the into any of the stuff. So
I have.
The problem is we are this situation in the U.S. we're proven we're not guilty, and what is it?
We're innocent until proven guilty.
Proven guilty.
Don't tell that to the left at the current moment, though.
Right, I know, but that's what I'm saying. You can't. But in the NFL, as a fan base, you're guilty no matter what, because we've seen this with a lot of players, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to to Rice, running back for Baltimore?
The one who knocked his girlfriend out in the elevator?
We saw a video. Yeah, that was a video.
We watched
a
video of it. It's probably the worst. He should have probably been kicked from the league at that moment.
And he was. I mean, he didn't get kicked, but he was never signed again. Kareem Hunt, we know he had some issues. He came back from it. He's doing a lot of good within the community and building on that and doing better. Michael Vick. There's a lot of situations that we've seen in the past.
I mean, Joe Mixon's one. Kareem Hunt.
Joe Mixon, yes.
Both of those to me were pretty egregious to the point of. I mean, I'm all for you do your time, move on. Michael Vick's a great story to talk about. Of someone who's done bad, you recover, you move on,
Mm-hmm.
you help, you be a positive light for the community. I agree. I 100% agree with that. I want to dive right into, though, the Desean Watson allegations. I have dug deeper into them. Most of them, I think, are personally, my personal opinion, I think they're bogus. A lot of them are, it seems like it's a bandwagon jump on, my opinion only. I personally don't think he should be suspended much at all, and I don't think he will. I think the NFL will still take a hard stance, though. I still think they will suspend him at minimum 4 games. Minimum. I still think he will. I think they'll make a stance for it. My biggest problem is not the Cleveland Browns trading for Desean Watson. I give them 100% kudos. I think Desean Watson is definitely an upgrade over Baker. If he plays like he was, even half of what he was, he's still better than Baker. My problem is the way you handled Baker Mayfield. You just told everyone in the league how big of a trash baby you are at front office.
Well, he put that on himself.
Yeah, I don't care. I do not care if Baker.
He knew this was He knew this was happening.
But Baker put out a very heartfelt, warm
the combine.
Thank you, Cleveland.
I don't know.
And then when they were courting Watson, he asked for a trade. There's nothing. Plenty of QBs have asked for this trade, and they're not babies. I pump your fan brakes. Your fan braking.
Read the Twitter. Do we need to read that again?
Go ahead.
Oh,
if it's the one after Watson, yes.
Oh, I didn't see the one after Watson.
But it's
his first, his main one that he tweeted out. It's not even on here anymore. Find it. Go ahead. You keep going.
Yeah, the way they handled the way they handled Baker. If you are a free agent, thinking about going to Cleveland, you're thinking twice. The Browns have been mismanaged for decades. It is a damn shame. And I give them kudos for making a move for Watson, but you should have done right by Baker. And doing right will be to release him and letting him go to where he wants. If they hold on to him, great for Baker. But yeah, I mean, it's not even great for Baker. It just shows how petty and crappy the front office of the Browns are. Now, what's even worse for the Browns front office is you just gave a man a $230 million guaranteed contract. Granted, that's what it took to bring him in. That's what it took. But for the unknowns, come on, Duck. You cannot be this blinded by love. You can't be.
Love.
You can't. Your fandom cannot be blinded this much. This contract is This is the worst contract I've ever seen, ever. This could break the Browns.
Worst contract you ever seen.
This could break if
do you not see the guy on your team? Goff. That's one of the worst contract. That was the worst trade of all times, right there.
What?
Getting rid of Stafford.
What? 100%. No way. Stafford wanted to play for another team.
What did he do? Exactly.
We did right and let him make a move out instead of wasting careers like Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson. The ownership of the team finally proved that they can move on and let a player go somewhere else. I give them so much credit for that. In the past, we have not done that, and it's destroyed careers. Like you said it before, the Browns and even the Lions are a farming team. We're trying to change that culture. I think the Browns making this move is wanting to change this culture. But guess what? If Deshaun Watson doesn't work out, you just became a farm team again. Because you're not going to be able to afford many other players. Just like right now, the Lions couldn't afford to bring in a Watson. We couldn't afford to bring in a Baker at $18 million, even if we wanted to. I'm just not sold. I think this front office is hot garbage. But you know, hey, the season will prove me wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll eat my words, and I'll eat my words. Well, I'll admit it. I'm a man. I'm man enough to admit if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I want to talk about another team.
For a full entree here.
A full entree.
I'll
have a full screen moment where I sit there and say, DukNilla fans, I have to apologize.
You're going to apologize to me first, and then the DukNilla fans.
I will 100% eat my words. But don't worry, when I'm right, I'll just nod my head and say, I know. But I will gladly eat my words because it's great for football. Cincinnati Bengals, though. I really want to talk about the Cincinnati Bengals. Duck, I want to know how afraid you are as a Browns fan right now.
Very. This team is got to be in the top 2, 3 in the AFC.
Duck, hear me out.
Am I over exaggerating here?
What did we say was their number one need last year?
Offensive line. And what did they do? They signed every good offensive lineman out there.
Leo Collins to a 3-year deal. Alex Kappa to a 4-year deal. Ted Karras to a 3-year deal. Oh!
They were 2 to 3 linemen away from winning the Super Bowl. I don't see how they can't go back and win it this next year. Just those changes.
And adding Hayden Hurst to a 1-year contract at tight end. This team looks freaking good, man. This team looks good.
I mean, I can't even. My prediction for the AFC North is Cincinnati on top. Okay.
I'm down with that.
And then on my bottom is Pittsburgh.
100% agree.
Okay. The two middles, I'm not 100% sure on. I'm probably going Baltimore than Cleveland, to be honest with you. I don't think Cleveland's going to have that good of a year because I'm not sure Jacoby Brissett is capable enough to play half of a season, 6 games, and win most of those games if Baker is not playing.
Yeah.
I really feel here I'm torn on this whole contract, this whole quarterback ordeal. I really feel we would have been okay one more year with Baker. They should have never went for Deshaun Watson. I totally agree with that. I think he's a great football player. I think he's one of the few franchise quarterbacks out there, right? That even were available to even be a part. But I truly believed Baker had the meaner. He loved Cleveland, right? He loved being there. He wanted to come there. He was playing good. Had injury. That's the hard thing for me. I think the front office is still good. I love Andrew Berry. I think he's a really genius individual. Some of these choices were a little bit I was a little shocked on this contract. Will it come back and bite him in the butt? I don't know. I think overall it's going to be good long term. Short term, not good at all. So I'm not. I'm just. I'm not sure.
For the record,
I feel bad for Baker because he was hurt
mm-hmm.
and still continued to play, yet he hadn't given an opportunity to show what he can do after that injury.
And that's important to note as well for why Baker's Cleveland is just ready to let him go. But remember, he did play hurt. And I will give the front office credit. I talked all last year about how they need to move on from OBJ. I still believe it. OBJ is not a number 1. He's a number 2. If you put a Cooper Kupp across from him, he's gonna be open all day, and he's gonna beat the number 2 guy all day. But he's not a number 1. He gets hurt too often. He's too emotional. He needs good leadership behind him. I mean, he's too big of a risk. That's why when Cleveland traded him, I gave them the biggest kudos. And I said it from the beginning of the year. You know that they needed to get rid of him, and they did. I just don't know. I mean, I don't know. I question what will Deshaun Watson's leadership be when he comes back. I know he was an amazing leader in Houston until all this happened. But I don't know. And that's the biggest thing. Too much money, man.
I'm not stuck on the money part of it.
It's the money. I think, for
like
me.
We talked about, it's not the money, it's the way things were handled. Like you said, I think some of it was on Baker, some of it was on the organization. I think it goes back and forth on those as well.
Don't you flip the script on me now. Don't you dare. Yeah. Don't you dare try to
tell you.
Don't you try to bad cop, good cop me right now.
Too late. I already did it.
We're moving on.
I don't know. We'll see. It's a massive contract. It really is. But the thing is, it's built in the first year. If he is suspended, it's very minimal.
It is. It's very team friendly.
$1 million or something like that. So that is huge. That they did do something like that, because I think they did that because probably there is going to be something going to happen. We don't know what.
I think so too.
I hope not, but
you want to talk about another team I'm really high on right now, and that's the Jets.
What?
I have been starting. This is my hold on. I understand. Yes, I am. I'm throwing the feelers out there right now. I don't know why, but the things the Jets have been doing have been kind of giving me the feelies. I'm pumping the brakes hard.
Yeah, but so slow down here. You Super Bowl for them already?
No,
you're getting too excited.
Whoa, no. Have you seen their division? Have you seen their conference? Like,
have you seen their team?
I just want to put some feelers out there so that at the beginning, say they start doing good, I could say I fed the feeling.
Oh gosh, here we go. Feelers for that. I'm going to put some feelers out there for, Seattle. They're going to be just a good team this year. They're going to be over 500.
Oh, no way.
Come on.
No way.
This is sarcastic feelers here, okay? It ain't happening.
Okay, fair enough.
If they get Baker Mayfield, what do you think? Will they be over 500?
No. I think the problems with
Seattle.
Think so? I think the problems with Seattle go deeper than that. I also don't think Baker's a good fit culturally for the city of Seattle.
Why is that?
I can't imagine why.
Is that what they're saying?
If it's an immaturity thing, no, I feel great. I think it has to do with political wise.
Well, that's true. We don't know what he likes.
By the way, I did not realize O.J. Howard signed with the Buffalo Bills. Also, not sure if we talked about Von Miller going to the Bills.
Right.
Like this, the Bills look great.
Run it back, he says.
Jamison Crowder finds his way to a 1-year deal. Very interesting.
What was his name? Oh my gosh, just blanked on him from Dallas. About to sign a contract, and I was like, yay!
Randy
and then
Gregory.
he left and went to Broncos, right?
Yep.
That's what do you think of this Broncos team with Wilson?
Cortland Sutton, Judy at receiver. They traded a pretty good tight end out there. Running back, I can't quite put my finger on it, but Wilson's always been a throwing guy anyway. He's a short guy, Drew Brees type. Steps on his tippy toes, throws the ball deep. I think that's going to fit right in a mile high. You know, a lot of air to throw out there. This defense just got even better with Randy Gregory. And, I mean, they got other players they also signed. I think this team's going to compete. This division, though, is going to suppress the team. Like, all these teams can't go, 10-7.
They got Melvin Gordon at running back, Demara Crockett, and Mike Boone.
Yeah, Melvin. I was never had Melvin Gordon, but he's always proved me wrong every time I doubt him. This team looks. I mean, like I said, this division's too stacked for everyone to be 10-7. It's just gonna be too hard. I don't know. We have three wild card teams. We could see our very first division where every team makes the playoffs. I don't doubt it. Don't hide it. I know I give the Chiefs crap. I don't think they're a 500 team anymore. I think they're on their way down. I could be very wrong on that, but I just think they're on the down slope.
I think if that's the case, I see this division flip flopping from last year. I see Denver Broncos being on top
and going the reverse way. I can see
Denver Broncos, LA Chargers, then the Raiders, and Kansas City.
I 100% can see that as well. And the Raiders, they were my bottom team until Davante Adams goes there, and I did not realize the connection with Derek Carr and Davante Adams. And as soon as I heard that, I was like,
huge.
This was a genius move. This was insanely. This was the biggest move, smartest move the Raiders could have done. And it just works. I love it. I mean, I'm still going to be on Davante Adams. You have a built-in connection with the receiver. I love that. The Chargers just are looking better as well. I mean, you bring in a guy like Khalil Mack. I can't not fall in love.
Right.
Going NFC though, I mean, we're talking. If we talk about the NFC East, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, Commanders. I'm gonna take the hot take, and I'm willing to put the Commanders on top. I think the Cowboys are dropping fast.
I think Cowboys still on top, then the Commanders, and then Eagles and Giants.
I think the Eagles are making a push to be better, but I mean, I just think the Commanders just have too much going for them. Their team is so stacked. A roster point, they were a QB away.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
but do they have the right QB?
I think so. I think so. And let's say he has a good season and it stays healthy, right? They got a steal for him.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. The key is if
he's playing with the chip on this man's shoulder is massive. He plays the Eagles twice. He plays the Colts once. I'm putting it in right now. Commanders win division.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm close to believing that, but I don't know if I'd go that far yet.
In my own division, the NFC North, I'm gonna go through these divisions real quick. It's been Green Bay's division, but who's Rodgers throwing to?
It's still Green Bay's division. It doesn't matter who Rodgers throwing to.
I mean, but
we all know that.
But also, I mean, this could be the Vikings' sneaky year. Every couple years, the Vikings have one good year where you're like, oh my God, they're a good team. And then they make the playoffs, and then the next year you're like, this is the worst team I've ever seen. And they got Zadarius Smith off of the Packers. That's a
big signing for them for sure.
I'm just saying, don't be surprised the Vikings make it.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
NFC South. It's Brady's division for oh my God! Breaking news: Leonard Fournette re-signed 3-year deal.
Yeah,
I did not know that. That's breaking news to me. I don't know if that was yesterday, but if it's breaking news to me, Leonard Fournette re-signed.
3 year? Yeah.
No. It's Brady and Stafford for the bowl.
This division is too easy. They could take half the year off and still win the division.
And Gronk's coming back. There's no way in hell Gronk doesn't re-sign with this team.
Well, yeah, of course, right?
No way. I mean, I think the Panthers are making moves to be good, but I mean, I love Darnold. I'm just
this division, as you're looking at it, it is right now from last year is the same. It's going to be set up this next year, and now, it might even flip with the Falcons being on the bottom.
How we talk
they
about
picked up Marcus Mariota.
Yeah. As we talk about the AFC West, how we talk about them right now.
NFC or AFC?
AFC. How we talk about the AFC West is how we talk about them now is how we talked about the NFC West last year. So how we talked about the NFC West last year is how we're going to talk about the AFC this year. The NFC West this last year was stacked. You know, we felt everyone was still sold on Seattle except for me. And, you know, looking at them now, the Rams look good. They got even better with Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson's way better than OBJ. He stays healthier.
100%. Yeah.
Your best ability is availability. The San Francisco 49ers, I still love them. I mean,
they're going to be starting what's his name?
Trey Lance or Jimmy G?
Probably Trey Lance. I think Jimmy G is going to be gone here soon.
I think so too, but they might keep him. Seattle is on full rebuild mode.
You know I like Jimmy G. We talked about him. I like him as a quarterback. I think he's a really good, real good potential still. The injury is the biggest thing I think on a lot of people's mind is injuries on him.
Yeah. I mean, the Cardinals, I like the Cardinals still.
Yeah. I think you're going to see them flop. I think, not flop, but flip with San Fran. Whatever San Fran does, I think you'll see. But LA is for sure on top still.
Yeah, I mean, well, with that said, unless you got something else, that wraps up our today's show.
That's it, man.
Yeah, this has been a good, heated debate with my best friend, Mr. Olduk. It's always good to have heated moments with you.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait for the season
to start.
It won't be the last. So he can.
It won't be the last. You wait.
You just wait. Oh, you wait.
Deep breaths, because it's gonna come in full force, baby.
Well, with that said, we want to thank you guys all for checking out the cast. Make sure you like, subscribe, share with your friends. Comment below if you think we're right or wrong. Give us those hot takes. We're here. We'll comment back, let you know. Maybe you got, fantasy football question. I'm here. I'm the fantasy football expert. Maybe we'll see that. You never know. Highlights. Who knows? With that said, have a great night, and we will see you guys next week. Peace out.